Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are going to do a recap on the trade I took on ES. And getting into it, we did have news at 8:30 a.m. this morning. When market opened, we did have high impact news. So I was expecting a big push in price off the open, and that's exactly what we got. So going into the day, you can clear this up a little bit right here. I was expecting price to come up into this level right here, this H4 Sibi, which was in the retracement or the OTE level, right? From this high of the body to this low of the body, for it to retrace into this level right here to continue lower, right? Because we just hit this. This is on the daily level. We just hit this -2 to -2.5 reversal or retracement standard deviations level, right? And so today I was looking for shorts once this level was hit, and that's exactly what we did. So go down to the hourly real quick. So after the fact of the trade, the results and everything, we did hit, even though I was expecting for us to trade into this area up here, this H4 Sibi, it did trade into this H1 order block, and also tapped into the OTE level to the tick. But yeah, overall, this morning when I woke up, I saw that price did inverse, or it did last night, but a little bit, but that's not enough for me. So once I saw this about 12 a.m. Last night, it just gave me confirmation that price was now bullish, and it was reaching for these higher levels. So once we had this inversion, order flow changed, and I was expecting for this price point to get hit, and that's exactly what happened. So let's drop down to lower time frame. Let me curl. Actually, no, yeah, okay. So let's go to the 5-minute. So you see that we hit this hourly order block up here, going into 8:35. Started to go up and do it. Finally hit that OTE level. We just barely wicked into it. We mohawked it multiple times, and we took out this buy side liquidity right here and respected it. Right, we did not close over or anything. We just wicked all of it. And we had this one push lower that probably got a lot of traders trying to go short. Came back up, and then tapped into it once again, the OTE level, and dropped. And once we got past this level right here, this is the market structure shift. I was pretty bearish, and I was expecting this 5-minute BISI to get inversed, and that's exactly what happened. We had huge displacement right here. I usually do not like to take trades off these huge displacements, because my stop loss would not be very good. So maybe I wasn't really confident that price would come up all the way up here and retrace back into this inversion for value gap, where I would actually have like a decent stop loss, right? So I just kind of sense it. Price was moving so bearishly, it was moving really quickly. So I just believe that it was going to continue pushing down, right? And so I entered off the close of it. I had my stop loss about 6 points, about 6 points, about right here. And I targeted around 2R, right? And once I started seeing price slow down a little bit and trying to push up a little bit more, that's when I exited the trade. But yeah, so my original plan after this was inversed was to target these data lows. And I've talked about these before. Data lows are pretty much news events, high impact news events, at 8:30, 9:30, or 10 o'clock, or whatever time you're talking about, or looking at, whatever time zone you trade, and whatever session you trade. But so news came out at 8:30, so I was expecting a possible data low or high in this situation. So down here we had these relative equal lows, as well as this data low, which is a abnormal wick, right? This side didn't have really an abnormal wick. This side did. And that is called a data low. And these are commonly ran away from and tapped into a higher time frame perspective, which it was, the OTE level, as well as this hourly order block. And then it dropped and started to disrespect these support levels right here, right? And expected for price to come down into this data low. So once I entered in right here, put on the 1-minute chart so you can see exactly. It was literally like a 2-minute trade in and out, about $500. You can see right here. So still got a ways to go, but we will pass this. So all right, Getting back to it. Let's get the executions on. Yeah, so when this 5-minute candle closed right here, huge displacement downwards, I entered the trade, put my stop loss around up here somewhere, and I was pretty confident that price wouldn't run up just because how fast price was moving to the downside. So I was pretty confident in that aspect. So I started to see price drop even further, and I saw price dip down about 11 points, and that's where I exited about this area right here. Once we retraced once again into this hourly inversion fair value gap from the prior night at 12 a.m. So once it got to this level right here, I exited for about a $480 win. And then the price just continued pushing down for the rest of the day, as you can see, and it's still running away right now, as it is as we are entering into the PM session. So, yeah, not a bad trade today. Let's go on NASDAQ real quick and look at the other indices as well. So right here, we had this H4 inversion for value gap going into the day. And I was expecting, I don't know why I marked that out. That's not an inversion for value gap. Yeah, going into the day, same thing, same premise. Last night, or this morning, I did see this disrespect, and it closed over this order block, this 1 hour negative or bearish order block right here. Price retraced into it, and I wanted to see this get disrespected. All right, this is a resistance level, and I wanted to see this resistance level get turned into a support level. All right, kind of like an inversion for value gap a little bit. So this PUD array was disrespected, so expecting for price to push higher, and retraced into this OTE level or this H4 inversion for value gap. So traded into the premium, not the OTE, premium, and traded into this H4 inversion for value gap and dropped. So Dow Jones now we're looking at this, and 6 p.m. Sunday session last night when it opened, closed over it, this H1 SIBI, and then from there on this indice, I was also bullish, right? Because it once again it disrespected a resistance level, and it started pushing. It did this. Dow Jones did hit the OTE level as well as its H4 SIBI, and then price dropped down, right? So now we're looking at DXY. This is a pretty simple outlook on DXY this morning. Had this chart right beside mine, right beside ES as well. Just watching it, monitoring it, seeing if it correlates in any way. So as you can see right here, before market open, we did have this run on short-term sell stops right here as the kind of like a manipulation leg a little bit. And we pushed up. Actually, no, this was the manipulation leg right here. My fault. So ran these sell stops. Then we jumped up, created this volume imbalance right here. And 8:30, we had this, once again, this is a data high because this is the opposite of ES, the indices. So this is the data high. So we had this huge abnormal wick, and there was a volume balance, right? And so we had this manipulation to fake out traders that are going to chase price, right? So they see price, once news comes out, dropping down. They're like, okay, I'm going to sell, I'm going to sell, I'm going to sell. And that's when they get liquidated and price starts to push up, right? And they get stopped out, and we get put in. So we trade back into this volume balance, and we target this data high. And that was pretty much my thought process going into the day. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade today. If y'all enjoyed and found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.